Record for punt returns today, yardage-wise. Just let's begin with the first one. It seemed like you gave your team a spark. What was your thinking? Take us through that, and how good did it feel to get into the end zone?
Yeah, first off, man, it's a blessing. They told me about that after the game, and I was like, I wasn't thinking about that. But no, that's crazy. But the first punt, the main thing that I always think about is getting the first down. That's the first thing I was thinking about, and just getting the offense in a great position. I had someone on my leg for a little minute, but then I got out and I was like, let me try to find some blocking and everything. But I commend my teammates because they never stopped whenever they could, and they blocked the guys that they need to block for sure to end up opening up lanes. So
down the front with Matt Patrol.
Marcus, does breaking that first tackle open things up in a different way? And are you aware of that? That it's happening because when they're holding you up, the guys are going over to try to finish you off, whereas opposed to if you're in open space, they're trying to cover ground?
Yeah, a lot of guys, whenever one person is getting held, they're either trying to get the ball or, do big hits and stuff like that. So being able to get out of that first tackle helps out from the sense of getting to the edge and then, go from there.
Is it just instinctive stuff for not only you but for the guys in front of you to start figuring out who to block then when the initial plan changes?
We always talk about it as a special team unit. If you have a guy that you can't block, go to the next level. So next level is a big thing because sometimes when you get through the first wave, it's like, all right, let me get the guys that can chase from behind or things like that, because most of the time when returners they're running, they might cut back and things like that. So
We'll go behind with Ben Bowen.
Hey Marcus, congrats on your big day today.
appreciate it.
On the broadcast, they were surprised you didn't fair catch the punt that you took back.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep. Do you have given your skills, do you have special rules with the coaches that you're allowed to return more, or did you think about fair catching there, or what went through your mind, I guess?
I'm pretty ruthless back there. So mainly what I kind of worry about is the gunners. If the gunners are blocked, then I'm like, all right, I can kind of return it. So I had a little bit of space, and I was just like, man, I know those guys trust me a lot and everything, and I trust them, to make the right block. So we kind of went from there.
Up the back here with John.
Hey Marcus, I couldn't believe that you didn't fair catch it either, but on the return there, once you got to the sideline, obviously you guys had set up the return. Once you got into open space, what's your mindset there? Obviously you want to finish, but you're also hoping that the guys, you mentioned the guys that aren't blocking, don't get a piece of a guy from behind. What's your mindset there as you're making that cut and trying to get vertical?
It's pretty simple. Run fast. Don't get caught. That's the main thing that I kind of think about.
Down the front here with Brendan.
Marcus, your punt return 3 years ago, it basically won the game against the Jets. This one, it started with 42 unanswered points. Just talk about your impact on the game in terms of what happened afterwards.
Yeah, like I said, the first down is the main thing that I kind of think about. But, having the momentum, especially at home, it drives everyone. And basically we're like, hey, we started off with that, but now we need to add on from there. So I'm glad, to end up sparking the team and kind of going from there. So.
And down the front with Mike Giardi.
Marcus, I have to ask you about the second one, the long one, the punter.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hear about this for a long time? How
sure.
did that play?
Yeah, so whenever it happened, and what's crazy is usually when someone gets tackled, they get tackled right then and there, but I got clipped and then ran and fell, and I was just like, ooh, I know they're gonna say some stuff about me in the meeting room. So I'm gonna hear it from there, I'm gonna hear it from my family, but it's part of the game and everything, so yeah.
In the middle with Alex.
Hey Marcus, just on the two returns kind of together, are there things you see on the first one that, okay, this worked so I can go back to it, or are you looking for adjustments when you go back out for the next one? How hard is it to have a second big punt return in a game after they've already seen kind of what you can do on a first big one?
Yeah, it's a chess game. You do run one return and you take account, and also I ask my teammates what did they ended up doing on this? Are they trying to get outside, or are they trying to run straight to the ball? So I kind of talk to my gunners and talk to my guys that's on the punt return team, and then we take account for it.
And we'll do last question with Mike Reese.
You might have already answered this, I apologize, but just what changed defensively from the first drive to you guys settling down from your view?
Yeah, communication. As the game go on, of course, we don't want the guys to score at all, but whenever we do get back to the sideline, we make the adjustments and just communicate and then play our football. That's the main thing.